What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Santa Rico. Let's play Season 2, Episode 23. I really should write these down. So, at the end of the last episode, I kind of started running into a little bit of problem with the industrial area. At least, we've improved it a tiny little bit. And I didn't do too much off camera. But I just wanted to kind of walk through how I adjusted this ever so slightly. And it's making a little bit of an improvement. It's not the best, but what we've done here is I've kind of split each of the end of these one-way roads off. So let's get an overhead here, right? Everybody comes into the zone via the highway. We've got a ton of traffic leaving the zone. I don't want this to really get any bigger because I think it's just going to get more problematic based on what we've kind of zoned off here and the highway infrastructure we built. But everybody comes into the zone. They have an off-ramp that goes straight to the street that they want. And then these are all one-ways that come through. At the end of the road, if we go into our roads and underground view, every road has a way to split off and take a right-hand off-ramp that connects to a little piece of highway underneath that comes back into the zone. If they're staying in the zone, they can come back on, go to the cargo yard, or deliver goods to other businesses. If they're getting on the highway, they can just stay straight. And this is still getting backed up. It's not the best having the 90-degree turns to get people onto the highway, but this is a 3-lane highway, and it just stays 3-lane all the way underneath until it eventually hooks up back over there. So that smoothed it out a little bit. It's not perfect. This was never an industrial build, right? This was kind of thrown in last minute. We went green cities all the way, and then I decided to do some industry off to the side of the map. It's functioning well enough that, you know, it's not causing any of the buildings to burn down. It was close down here, but it survived. Fire can get there kind of just in time, and the traffic backups that are happening aren't spilling back into the neighborhoods or the zoning as badly now. And the fact that there's no buildings with their face on this far side of the street, they're all actually on these roads, it should mean the fire trucks can get there easy enough. Nobody's complaining about service delivery problems. Nobody's complaining, you know, about not enough workers. People can get where they need to get. It's very heavily trafficked, but it's good enough. So what do we do with all that commercial demand? Well, we could cram in a little bit over here. Cram in a little bit over here near the highway. There's definitely some room we could expand to and meet a little bit of that demand. And I think that's what I'm going to do in today's episode. I may have mentioned, let's move this. Shouldn't impact the coverage too much. We will review disaster scenarios in one of the upcoming episodes because we want to start to try and cram in as much disaster response as we can before we turn those on, which I think we will on the city at some point. So let's break out our 2-lane roads and our straight tool, and let's see where we can kind of cram in back here and not overlap any zoning. I want to try and really get dense back here on this side of the highway. You got a couple more blocks of activity going back here. Something like that. It's getting a little tricky back here, right? I almost regret this now for the look, right? Have the neighborhoods here and then the big buildings over here, but we needed it so desperately for expansion. We're trying to get to 150, and I think that we will. But people need places to work and to shop, especially commercial is pretty high demand right now. Let's go ahead and slap that zone in there. This one is pretty much filled out. I think it is 100% filled out now. I think I see the last building coming in right now. So this zone filled up pretty quick. We could expand this a bit. We could tuck in some more over here near the highway. We could build off to the side of our map if we wanted to, but I kind of didn't want to zone off on that side. We do have a decent amount of zoning over here, but it is very hilly. and kind of tucked off to the side of the map. Maybe we could move this mound. Let's have a little bit of a mound hiding the prison here and zone off down this way a bit. We could do something like that. We need more office space right now, or more industry, but I'm leaning towards office. Maybe. No, I was going to cram in some down here. Is this not zoned? That's not zoned right there. You know, a couple administrative offices right here. Sure. Let's do that. They don't mind the noise. We can zone off this even. That got de-zoned during our build. This we don't need to worry about. And a couple offices over here. Let's check, actually, speaking of industry, or thinking of industry, I don't know if I was speaking about it per se. Where is our... Where's our... There it is. Our ice cube factory that makes clothing. Doing well, I see. Got a taxi stand for him. Just wanted to check on that, make sure the ice cube factory was still going. We don't have water coverage over here in this new little side street I spun up, so let's take care of that before we forget. Yeah, we are running out of room here. It's pretty tight. One thing I was thinking of doing, let me save it real quick, in case I don't like this, but one thing that I was thinking of doing, something like this. Breaking out the level terrain tool. So let's get a look at this now in cinematic mode, this kind of coastal road that comes under here. I'm not zoning off this a lot, so I was thinking of doing something like this if it doesn't look too awkward. Break out our level tool. We'll pick the road height. I was thinking of leveling all this out. See how this looks. We might want to smooth this out a bit after we're affecting the other side of the road with the strength of our tool here. I was thinking of doing something like this. Let's see what that looks like, though. Kind of have this sharp cliff edge. You go under the bridge, I guess. We'll get rid of those trees. But I thought that would be kind of a cool way to add a little bit of extra zoning up here by the university. Flatten this out a bit. Don't know that we want another intersection over here. But we could, and that would buy us some decent space. I actually kind of like the look. I would smooth this out now, just because we created some a bit of mounding there. I mean, we could even smooth this a little bit if we wanted it to be a little less of a straight up ridge line. A little bit more natural look and feel. I kind of like that. And it buys us a little bit of extra zoning up there. Let's break out our bulldozer and clean up some of this nonsense that probably shouldn't be here now on a hill so steep. We'll leave that guy. That guy's happy little tree. And there's a dead log. We'll leave that one. I feel like on the softer part of the slope, it's okay. On the more aggressive slope, it doesn't make sense for trees to be there. But I kind of like that. That buys us a little bit of extra zoning space up there. We could fill in down here. Let's fill in a little bit of extra space. So I'll start over here. I think this will be okay. This is not so heavily trafficked that we can't afford to have an intersection coming off of that. So let's do a 2-lane. We'll curve it. You know what? We could even connect over here. I don't suspect it's going to be a lot of traffic. something like that. Maybe another little extra side street right there. Yeah, that works. And then we've got all that industry demand, so let's fill all this in. Get some industry moving in, some office rather, I should say. You're gonna let me zone that one? That one's kind of a weird one. Be interesting to see if a business can move in there. Overlap another building. It looks a little odd there. We're at 145 though, and if we can keep the growth going a little bit, I think we're gonna hit that 150 milestone, which honestly on console is pretty good. You're kind of limited with obviously the mods. Some of the mods make it a little bit easier to cram more stuff into a map, and it's kind of a we won't zone here yet. Definitely don't want to zone on this. That would kind of ruin the look. And I kind of like keeping this open. Little coastal road connecting things. We could always throw a park down here. The other thing is, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I'm still planning on reloading this city once Park Life comes out. And we still have these areas that we want to commit to parks, right? We want to actually make all of Central Park a park and add more objects in there. We want to take this block potentially. So that is so close to Central Park. I don't know that we need this, and this certainly is valuable zoning right there. I also wanted to turn this into a park. So we are eating up a ton of space right now. We could always use that up for now and then commit it to park space later on. That may not be bad because we're tying up a decent amount of tiles there. As far as where we can kind of cram stuff in, that was a good spot to start. I wouldn't mind doing on top of that university plateau. And that would be nice again for some zoning, but it might also be nice for things like tennis and basketball courts and a little sports complex. Maybe some more residential, which could kind of be dormitory for the campus, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I won't do that one yet, but I'm definitely thinking about zoning that off. I do want to keep the look. I kind of like the look of it with that sharp mound. Even if we don't end up zoning it, we could kind of plant the forest here, and again, that could be a park when Park Life comes out. So our zoning demand is settling down a little bit. We don't have enough workers over here in these new businesses. Oh. Those are all green. Those are all green buildings. Haha. Let's look at our districting here, because I didn't mean to do that. I think we're going to make this, obviously part of Old Town would make more sense. Unfortunately, that's going to cause everybody to move out because they don't match the zoning restrictions. It is kind of a harsh line right here, right? From here, this little green shop to these massive buildings across the street. I might extend this district just across this street. Like that. Because we've got the helicopter pads here. Those are kind of smaller profile buildings. Let's switch into our small tool. And make that a sharp line right at that corner. Let's see what these are. These offices? Yeah, they are. Let's dezone that. And that. Buy ourselves just a little bit of a buffer zone coming in here. And then we can make this more commercial space for now. We've got a little bit of a demand, so hopefully that will fill in. Because it's just that little bit of separation where it's not such a hard line here. There is a bit of a hard line up there. Look at all the people on the metro. Getting right on their bikes. Our driving range here. People playing? Yeah, they are. Let's see if this fence is more secure than the prison fence while we're here. It is not. Oh, it is. Could whoever made the driving range fence call me? Because I've got some contracting work for you to do over at our prison. Be very nice. Don't mind me. I'm just checking out. Good form, buddy. Good form. How are they doing up on the second? No, on the second level. Can't get up there. A lot of golfers. A lot of golfers here. Enjoying the beautiful view. Little fire watch tower out there. Got our planes coming in. This observatory, we would like to find a spot maybe off to the side. Maybe we move it up on top of our mound. It really should be kind of off on its own, but for now the driving range hopefully isn't causing a lot of light pollution at night. Looks like there is a fair number of lights there that probably would cause a ton of light pollution. Demand-wise, we're pretty good. We're in good shape here. So, back into our info views. Checking out our water, because that's the thing that we have to maintain. Yep, knew it. So, water coverage. You just eat up a ton of space on water once you get to this level of population, unfortunately. Let's see if that'll hook into the system. I think we'll need to redo those pipes. Yeah, let's break these real quick. And hook that back in. Okay, we're in the green on both, just barely. We'll have to extend this out. Geez, maybe even do another canal in behind it. It's pretty crazy how much space we're eating up with the water production, the sewage production rather. A lot of poop. $148,000 now, still on the climb. We're getting there. We're getting there. So, maintenance-wise, I just want to keep looking at traffic info views every once in a while. 76%. We know where our problem intersections are. So this cloverleaf again does not handle a lot of traffic. This cloverleaf doesn't handle traffic the best, but it is really simple to drop in there. Maybe we'll do fancier interchange on one of the upcoming episodes. It's something that I might want to try and cram in, but that might be a bigger project for kind of once we resume in March. Then I can do like a full long let's build on a diverging diamond or a partial cloverleaf to improve this traffic flow a bit. We definitely have room. It's a little tight next to the airport, but we've got room to kind of revamp this and try and make that more efficient. But that one I want to do on camera, so I may not tackle that immediately. Things are working well enough that it's not negatively impacting the city growth right now, and it looks like we're going to get to 150 no problem. So I shouldn't say that, because the moment I do, something horrible is going to happen. Just a little bit of maintenance here. Now, this may be bothering some of you. This isn't actually hooked up. It's just a road that isn't connected to any other roads, because I wanted to drop that in there more for the look than for people actually visiting it. It's the tiniest little bit off center. I had trouble kind of getting the grid lined up where I wanted, but it's pretty good right there. But unfortunately, since there is no road access, there's a bunch of garbage piled up at it. I don't know why, since people can't get to it. There shouldn't be any garbage, but apparently buildings just make garbage. Even when no one's there. Got our cemeteries are empty, and it looks like our death wave is on the decline. Right? I don't see any, just the one icon. Hopefully there's a hearse coming to pick somebody up there. I wonder if they died on the roof. Anybody see any bodies? Nope. Alright, garbage coverage at the airport. Look at all these people. Let's go see the space elevator for ourselves, and let's see what this crowd looks like. This non-stop parade of tourists bringing money into our city. We love it. Thank you. Thank you for visiting. Here is, where's our woman with the camera? Oh, our tourist. There we go. Take the journey that she takes. Come into the city. You got your suitcase. Fight all the pedestrians. On your way to the beautiful space elevator. Stop by the climate research station, maybe. Didn't realize we put it right next to the recycling plant, huh? A little bit of pollution over here. A little bit of garbage. Where are they all They're crossing at that crosswalk, okay. So they all come in to visit the space elevator. It'd be awesome if you could actually go up in here and ride the space elevator up. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll ride it up this way. Get a look at the town. Alright, that was great. We left our money. Let's go back. Get on a plane. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, look at all the... They're all the ladies. This is the travel club. We all wear matching hats. Matching pink suitcases. Just came in to see the space elevator and leave, and of course you'd bring a suitcase for that. Just in case, you never know. Hey, I want a bicycle with my suitcase on the back. How do I get one of those? Ride around town on a bike. Even the tourists ride around town on a bike. That's awesome. They pack that. So as you can see, having the space elevator next to your airport is huge. These are all cars that could be spawning in, people that could be getting in taxis or otherwise tying up other parts of your transport system, and it's just this constant flow of people. And again, that is money for your city. So this is one of my favorite monuments, as long as you put it in the right spot. And yeah, next to the airport is the way to go. So we're tackling small little projects this week. I mentioned in I think in the last episode, maybe in this episode. If I did, sorry for repeating myself. But we are doing a bit of a staycation and some projects. So shorter videos this week than normal. But I wanted to continue with the daily updates, kind of let you know what was happening here. Also, I get bitten by the cities bug and I want to build and tune and tweak and do all sorts of things. So we'll be doing shorter videos this week. I've got Discord that I'm just finishing setting up, so I will post the link in one of the next videos and I will throw it down in the description. But if you want to get involved in the discussion and just talk about the channel in general, cities in general, ideas for the next season, it'll kind of be our place to kick around ideas. I'll also have some channels in the Discord that only I can update, but that'll be more for announcements, videos, posts, just to update on the channel. But I want to get involved in the discussion, kind of share some thoughts and ideas around future series, future concepts for videos. So keep an eye out for that in one of the next videos. But until the next one, if you did enjoy it, likes, comments, shares always help the channel and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications. And until the next one, this is Move the Mouse signing off.